We're looking for virality. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think we're looking at Caitlin Clark's ad being one of the more viral things we've seen in a long, long time. Like if you look at the Instagram post on Nike, as far as I'm aware, the Instagram post has like 30 million views.
Caitlin Clark's new Nike advertisement has sent shockwaves to the basketball world, breaking the internet in a way that has her rivals quietly panicking. The commercial exploded over 30 million views on Instagram in just 2 days, instantly becoming one of Nike's most viral posts ever. As the campaign continues to gain momentum, other WNBA players are watching the rollout and realizing that the gap between their visibility and Clark's star power has grown even wider. More than just a marketing win, the ad brutally exposes the current state of women's basketball, where marketability, global reach, and cultural impact are increasingly separating one transcendent star from the rest of the league.
So, since Caitlin Clark's very first reveal, since Caitlin Clark's very, very first reveal, 22.4 million views. Between the Caitlin Clark logo reveal and this Caitlin Clark video, the only Instagram videos from Nike that have more views is a
Have you ever watched someone in your own field receive so much attention that it made you question your own relevance? That's exactly what many WNBA players are experiencing right now as they watch Caitlin Clark's Nike campaign completely dominate social media in ways they've never seen before. From the very first reveal, Clark's rollout has set a new standard for visibility and influence, forcing the rest of the league to confront a harsh reality about star power, marketing reach, and who truly captures the public's attention.
Hey, Caitlin! Can you make it from there?
Hey, Caitlin, how about from here?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, she can't make it from there.
No chance.
Caitlin, from me to left?
You got it. I'm not even gonna ask.
Hey, Caitlin from here might be impressive. Am I right?
Caitlin Clark's Nike ad has quickly become one of the most viral sports marketing campaigns in recent years. And for other WNBA players watching this unfold, it's impossible not to feel something about it. The post on Nike's official Instagram account surpassed 30 million views in just 2 days. 30 million, a number that goes far beyond normal athlete endorsement metrics. That level of reach puts the campaign firmly in cultural phenomenon territory. To understand how big this is, context matters. Since Clark's logo reveal, the only Nike Instagram videos with more views were a post celebrating the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani winning a championship, and another featuring the Brazilian women's national football team that reached 100 million views. This places Clark in rare company. She isn't competing with other WNBA players for attention anymore. She's competing with World Series champions and Olympic-level global stars, and the gap between her and the rest of the field is massive.
From right here.
From there!
The boys wanna feed her, the child wanna feed her,
From anywhere.
girls wanna feed her, the boys wanna feed her.
All right, well, looks like she can do it.
Caitlin Clark's Nike ad has only been out for 2 days, yet has already surpassed 30 million views on Instagram alone. When you factor in YouTube, X, TikTok, and all the other platforms where the clip is being shared, the total reach is likely closer to 50 million views across social media. That level of virality for a product launch is almost unheard of. Nike has produced viral campaigns before, but this one is different. It's breaking outside the usual basketball audience and reaching people who normally don't care about the sport at all. What makes this especially brutal for Clark's rivals in the WNBA is how it compares to Nike's other major campaigns. Nike's high-profile Winning Isn't For Everyone campaign, which featured multiple superstar athletes across different sports, sits at around 15 million views. Clark's shoe announcement doubled that number in less time. That alone shows where Nike believes the real value is. This isn't just a case of Nike being good at marketing. They release massive amounts of content, and most of it doesn't come close to 30 million views in 48 hours. This ad is performing at this level because Caitlin Clark has an audience that other WNBA players simply don't, and that's not opinion. It's measurable through engagement and viewership data. The harsh reality is that social media engagement doesn't always translate into real-world impact. Many WNBA players have loud online fan bases that post, defend them in comments, and run fan accounts. But when game time comes, the viewership numbers don't match the noise. Caitlin Clark is the opposite. When she plays, ratings spike. When she's injured and not playing, ratings drop. The correlation is undeniable. Her online following actually shows up to watch games, and that's the difference between performative fandom and real fandom. A difference worth hundreds of millions of dollars to leagues and brands. This is especially ironic given that Clark was often labeled as overhyped, media-made, or benefiting from preferential treatment, rather than pure basketball skill. Yet she's the one whose fans consistently watch games. Meanwhile, players who were supposed to be the real stars struggle to convert their social media followings into actual attendance and viewership. Team USA played in half-empty arenas during the last Olympics, despite featuring the best players in the world. But when Caitlin Clark appears in major international competitions, venues are expected to be packed, with fans already planning trips just to watch her play. That's what real star power looks like. Even if 2024 was the peak of Clark's cultural relevance, her current level is still higher than any women's basketball player has ever reached. She could decline significantly from that peak and still remain the biggest star in the sport by a wide margin. That's what makes the situation so intimidating for her rivals. They aren't competing with peak Caitlin Clark. They're competing with a version of her that's supposedly past her peak and still pulling 30 million views on a shoe commercial in 2 days. Nike's investment also sends a clear signal. The brand needs Caitlin Clark right now and sees her as someone who can move the needle commercially. They are not backing other women's basketball players at this level, and the contrast is public and stark. While others grind on social media trying to build their brands, Clark drops one ad and outperforms their yearly engagement in 48 hours. What makes it even more demoralizing is that Clark isn't especially active online compared to her peers. Her advantage isn't social media savvy. It's that people genuinely want to watch her play basketball, and that interest naturally spills over into everything associated with her. This campaign also raises the stakes for her signature shoe release in spring 2026. Nike has set expectations incredibly high. If the shoe underperforms after this level of hype, it will be labeled a failure, even if it sells well by normal standards. But if it delivers, potentially generating 9-figure revenue as some analysts predict, it could mark a paradigm shift in women's sports endorsements. Other WNBA players have signature shoes, but none have launched with this level of cultural impact or mainstream attention. Economically, the implications are massive. Clark reportedly accounted for 27% of the WNBA's total economic impact in 2024, while playing only 13 games due to injury. One player generating over a quarter of the league's value is unprecedented. With a signature shoe launch on the horizon, the wealth gap between Clark and other players is set to widen dramatically, creating internal tension in a league where players are fighting collectively for better pay and conditions. Nike is also positioning Clark as a global ambassador, not just a U.S. star. Her international appeal opens doors and revenue streams that most WNBA players simply don't have. While others are still trying to build national recognition, Clark is building a global brand. And the most frustrating part for her rivals is that none of this feels forced. She isn't chasing attention or undermining anyone. She's just playing basketball, and the market is responding. The "from anywhere" message in the ad perfectly captures her appeal. The idea that someone can come from a driveway in Iowa or a small market and still reach the top. That aspirational story resonates far more than generic motivational messaging, and Nike executed it flawlessly. This ad isn't just performing well. It's an outlier, competing with major cultural moments rather than standard athlete endorsements. With the shoe launching alongside a fully healthy Caitlin Clark in the 2026 season, Nike will dominate the women's basketball marketing landscape at the exact moment interest is highest. Other players will be fighting for attention in a space where most of the oxygen is being consumed by Clark's rollout. Her Nike ad hitting 30 million views in 2 days isn't just good marketing. It's proof that the gap between her and every other WNBA player in terms of marketability is enormous and still growing.